Okay, everybody, we're gonna start doing what I always wanted to do with this thing. Clean it out first. But anyway, I want to line the floor with license plates. Just kind of doing a layout here, the way I might want it. And look bad right there. Kind of laying them out here. Seeing the way I'd want them. Got an extra. Something like that. Got the other side screwed in. I ran out of screws. So, had used my last ones, put the hot rod, oh my god, hot rod sign in. But yeah, I might overlap those, or I might just line them. I don't know. We'll see what the fuck happens here. But anyhow, there you go. I think it looks alright. And then my Super Chevy service sign on the door. And my license plate. It's actually registered. I put this in over these holes. It's an old Ohio 7475 plate. So yeah. I put my other Super service sign over here. It's coming together. Thing is, I drove it to work twice this week. And it didn't run flawlessly. It took me there, put it that way. It took me there, having troubles. I think it's that distributor. I'm going to put another distributor in it. That one has that electronic ignition connection for that spark control thing. I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to put a regular HEI, one of my rebuilt ones, in there. I have two left. And I have the green parts truck up here has an HEI in it. I can rebuild. I'm going to rebuild here sometime. Plus I have two more on the bench that need rebuilt. So that's how that's going. And I have a troll. I got a troll following me on my channel here. I'm not going to say his handle, but he's one of those argument starters, is what he is. And it was on my last burnout video. I posted the Chevelle doing a burnout right out here in front of the garage. Okay, there's one thing I want to make abundantly clear to everybody that's on my channel. This Chevelle, if you know it at all, or if you know any of the other videos I put on here of it, this is a 1970 Chevelle Malibu two-door hardtop coupe. It had a 307 in it from the factory with a turbo 350 transmission and a 10-bolt rear end with 273 rear ends. Okay? So now that's out of the way. Okay? It is not a heavy Chevy. It is not a super sport. Okay? I really liked the 71, 72 heavy Chevys. I really liked that because they were a bargain back then, and they saved people money, and you could still get a big block in them if you wanted it. Now that's the reason I liked those. Plus the script. For the time, that heavy Chevy script, That is some badass shit. I bought those off eBay, those scripts. Stuck them to the car because I liked it. And I got these in chrome. They're on the front and the back. I mean, the 70s were the 70s. You gotta hand it to them. They're their own decade, and they're fucking cool. Other than the last part of the 70s where, disco was gay and sucked ass. They must have been really fucking high on cocaine when they thought disco was a good idea. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way. So this guy, he's trolling on here. I don't know. I guess he's a fucking 12-year-old, I guess. He doesn't have a car on his channel. All he has is shit that he posted from somebody else's stuff on there. Stuff that he likes, apparently. So, anyhow, he's on here saying, that's not a real heavy Chevy. And I said in the comments, you can read them, I said, yes, it's not a real heavy Chevy. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. And he left another comment, well, obviously. And I said that, it's my car. I'll do what I want with it. If you don't like the videos, don't watch. If you don't like the videos, do not watch. If you're going to make a smart-ass comment, fine. Leave a smart-ass comment. I really don't care one way or the other. If you're going to do that, that's fine. Do it. It makes you feel good. Awesome. I'm happy for you. But to constantly troll and keep the flame lit over and over, keep up your bullshit. Hey, well, you look like a basic Malibu type guy. That car's probably just a basic Malibu. Yes, it is. It's a basic fucking Malibu. But to tell you this, what was the first super sport in the Chevelles? It was the Malibu SS, 1965. They made a Chevelle in 64, but it only had a 6-cylinder in it. If it did have a V8 option, it was a 283, which it probably did, but it wasn't considered a muscle car. So it had the optional 283, power glide transmission, or 3-speed on the column, or 3-speed on the floor, or 4-speed, or I forget what for 6-cylinder it was. I think it was a 194 or something like that, or a 230 maybe, something like that. I don't know. But 65, they came out with the Malibu SS with the Z16 option with the 396 big block, 4-speed, 410 posi rear, and it had 375 horsepower. Then they dropped the Malibu SS for 66. And you had the SS package, or you had the Malibu. I mean, in either of those cars, you could order whatever you wanted to back then. You could order a Malibu with a big block and not have SS badges. Sure you could. Because that's how GM operated back then. You could get anything you wanted. But, sorry for the camera shaking a little bit. But I can tell you, getting on there and trolling me and telling me shit that I already fucking know, and then telling me that I'm a child, well, I'll take the compliment, I guess. If you want to call me a child, you can. It doesn't really make shit's bit of difference. But I just want to make that clear to everybody that is a Malibu. That car is a Malibu. Not all of us have rich mommy and daddies that can go out and buy us, super sport original cars for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, I can't do it. It's a car. It's the same goddamn car as the SS. It just doesn't have the options that most super sport cars had. It just doesn't have it. It's a Malibu. I have a 350 board 30 over in it right now. It's got a turbo 400. It's all tricked out. I got 430 rears that are pawsy in it on a 12 bolt. I put all that stuff in there. I did all that stuff. I turned just about every bolt on this fucking car. The only thing I didn't do was take it off the frame. I left it on the frame because I didn't want to go that far. Because I want to drive it. I want to enjoy it. I want to take it out there. I want to spin the fucking tires on it. I want to rip and slash. I put a driver's paint job on it. I didn't put a professional paint job on it. I'm not a professional at it, by the way. But I could have tried, and I believe in myself. I believe I could have put a showroom finish on that car. I still can, and I just might when I get older. I just might do it. I'm 46 years old, and it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, the way the economy is and the way things are around in my neck of the woods, there aren't a lot of opportunities for really good jobs. There's no way you could make a six-figure income around here unless you were a doctor. Now, if you were a doctor and had your own practice, yes, you could make a shit ton of money and have these, automobiles and collect them and all that shit. I got junk out here. All my shit's fucking garbage. And I am perfectly satisfied and happy with that because I made them all fucking run. I got these vehicles, the LTD out there, the white Crown Victoria. When I got that, I brought it home here. It didn't run. I did a little work to it, put a gas tank in it, a sending unit. I put a fucking fuel pump in it, changed oil in it, changed the spark plugs and the wires on it, hooked up some wires some critters chewed apart on it. It runs. It's quite reliable. It's low mileage. It's a piece of shit, but to me, it's a nice car. This truck, this 71 C20, I got it home here. It sat in here for probably, 6, 7, 8 years before I decided to fuck with it. I got a hair in my ass one day, made a bed for it, got it running again, put a gas tank on it, changed oil in it, worked out all the bugs. It's a reliable fucking truck now. I can get in it and go to town if I want. The 84 C10, got it over there in West Virginia when I worked in Morgantown. Got it off a guy that I was good friends with. I'm still good friends with him. I just don't see him very much because I don't work over there anymore. But I bought his truck off of him, brought it here. I had to haul it home because it didn't run over there. I got it home here. I got it running. I drove it up and down the road here a little bit, and it sat. It sat probably longer than this 71 did. Now, I drove it to work twice today. That's the furthest I've had this truck along because I didn't put it on a priority list. My priority is the Chevelle. I've had the Chevelle the longest. It's my baby. It's my third vehicle I have ever owned. I really like the car. I just love the shape of the 70 Chevelles. And if I got the opportunity to get another 70, 71, 72, I would get one. I mean, I don't have anywhere to keep it right now, but I would definitely get one. I would definitely, I'd have it outside with a cover on it. I'd buy a carport and put it up and put it under it. I would do something to shelter it. But for fuck's sakes, people, come on here and troll me and tell me basically that I'm just a poor fucking piece of shit. Well, that's fine. If you believe that, you want to tell me that, go for it, man. I'm not embarrassed of what I am. I am of the working fucking class in this country. I am being robbed every fucking day by the government. Yes. I'm being robbed every day by the power company. I'm being robbed all the time by banks. Because, when you have a country that doesn't give a fuck about the middle class, and the current administration's running on letting illegals in the fucking country and giving them all the shit that you, the working man, have worked for to fucking strive for, to be able to retire one day after you've worked your body to just about the grave. You know, that's all they care about is these immigrant assholes that are going to keep them in power and keep money in their pockets. But all these immigrants are chumps. They're coming in here thinking that they're going to have this big free ride for the rest of their lives, and they're not. Because as soon as they get them, brand them as citizens, after those douchebags get back in, if they can get back in, which I don't think they're going to, these immigrants are going to see that they're the suckers, because they're going to get all their rights taken away from them then. And it'll be cry the blues. I wished I'd never came to the United States. Well, we wished you wouldn't have either. You know, if you just go through the legal fucking channels to come in, and 3/4 of these assholes that come in here that they flew in and let come across the border, they're fucking murderers and rapists anyway. I mean, the fucking Haitians have taken Springfield, Ohio over. They're killing people, trashing people's homes, eating their fucking dogs and cats. Come on. What the fuck? If you all out there don't see this horse shit unfolding in front of you, you are a fucking brainwashed fucking idiot. That's all I can say about that. But anyway, if you're going to come on my channel, you know, leave your asshole comments. I'll probably take them down, because I'm not going to sit there and read bullshit constantly. If you don't like the cars, you don't like the channel, it's as simple as swiping to the next goddamn video somewhere else if you don't like it. I mean, you have the power in your hands to not watch my fucking content. If you don't like me on here cussing and bitching and fucking saying fuck and goddamn it and Jesus fucking Christ and suck a dick and I eat pussy, then this isn't the channel for you. Nothing on here censored. This is on the fly shit that I fucking do. I don't plan nothing. I just think of it, spur of the moment in my fucking head, and I do it. And I think, oh, that'd be good for YouTube maybe. If it's not, it's not. If it is, it is. I don't make any money doing this shit. I'm fucking poor as fuck. And the government, the current administration, has done this to me. I used to have extra money to throw around and spend and do things with. But now that those assholes are in there, they've bankrupted me. I have no savings. I have nothing. So when I get really fucking old, I'm going to be fucked. I'm going to have to work until I drop over dead one day. That's just a fact of life. I've come to accept it. Is there anything I can do about it? All I can do is just go to the polls and vote. That's all I can do. Hope my candidate gets in there. I hope my guy gets in there. If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he doesn't, I'm going to be totally fucked. I don't really know what I'm going to do if he doesn't get in there. But anyway, that's just me. I mean, that's my opinion, too. It might, I don't know, maybe they'll turn over a new leaf. Harris gets in there, maybe she'll turn over a new leaf and do the right thing. I highly doubt that, but, you know, because these people are into taking your speech away. When they take your free speech away from you, that's a huge deal. People don't realize how big of a deal that is. When they take that right away from you, that means they can take everything else from you. They can take your right to fucking defend yourself. And when they do that, when they take all your right away to defend yourself, the criminals are going to come in and take the rest of your shit. Because they can. They'll have one over on you. And that's just, to me, that is a communist, tyrannical government that's taking your rights away. They're trying to take your rights and your freedoms, and they don't want you owning anything. That's communism. People sit around and think that they know what communism is, and then they're supporting Harris, and it's like, no. Communism is the Harris administration. The Democratic Party is Nazi. There's a whole bunch of Democrats jumping ship and coming to the independent side. They're not coming to, a lot of them aren't coming to be Republicans. They're running now as independents. And I'm glad they are. There's some of them that still have the right head on their shoulders, and they're doing so. They're using their freedoms to pick and choose what they want to do, that's great. But there isn't too many of them. Because there's corrupt ones on both parties. I don't care. You have corrupt Republicans, like the Cheney crew. They're all running after Harris because they're following the money. That's what they're doing. They're following the money. And then they're bad-mouthing Donald Trump and what he stands for. And they're just telling you, oh, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. They're trying to tell you shit that you learned back years ago that was right. They're trying to tell you that now it's wrong, and it's not. But anyhow, the troll on here, you can go fuck yourself and eat a big fucking sack of dicks. And if you don't like my fucking 1970 Chevelle Malibu 2-door hardtop, then don't watch the fucking videos I put up. I had one guy come on here. Well, I don't know if it was a guy or if it was a kid, but they told me that I should go kill myself somewhere and my videos suck. Okay, well, that's your opinion. And no, I'm not planning on killing myself anytime soon. So you're kind of shit out of luck on that, buddy. Sorry. But, you know, I mean, like I said, my stuff isn't for everybody. If you're big time religious and you don't like to cuss, you don't like using the Lord's name in vain, you're not going to want to be here, because every other word out of my mouth is filthy. So that's just the way I am. That's how I've always been. And sin and temptation is too hard to resist. So you can sit there and be in denial all you want that you don't like to eat pussy, or you don't like to taste women, you don't like to grab their titties, you don't like to see titties. Well, there's something wrong with you. You're either gay or you're in denial. Because, you know, not everybody likes titties. Not every guy likes titties. Other guys like other guys' stuff. So, which that's okay, by the way. I mean, I don't care. If that's your lifestyle, leave me out of it. You go do that on your own, amongst yourselves, because I don't care. So anyway, everybody, I just figured I would get that off my chest. I was reading the comments at work today, because I was listening to that shit, or watching, or reading, reading that shit, and I thought, I'm going to do a video. I did do a video, and then I erased it. And I thought, man, this is going against all the shit I talked about on my channel. You're welcome to come watch my stuff all you want. You watch it? Great. Did you like it? I don't know. No, I don't have a lot of likes on my videos. But then, you know, when you're just kind of surfing around, you run onto my stuff. I mean, I don't know if you've seen 5 seconds of it and didn't like it, or if you saw 20 minutes of it and hated it. But I'm almost like anybody else. I get to watching videos and I forget to put likes on it. You know, I mean, and when you put likes on it, it kind of clogs up your YouTube history, but you can shut that off if you want. But a lot of times if I like something, I like my history to be on so I can find it later. If I want to watch it again, I can find it later in the lineup. And, you know, if it's some information that I want, or that I want to, you know, make sure that I verse myself in it again, because sometimes, you know, I forget. My brain isn't a big sponge like it used to be, so I have to rely on other means of me remembering things. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to get off here. I got to go make some dinner. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you don't want to, fuck it, I don't care. I'm just on here to entertain people, and if you like it, fine. If you don't, that's no skin off my ass. That doesn't hurt my reputation at all. So everybody, see you on the next one.